You know, Dawn of War has been a huge part of my life since always. When Dawn of War 1 came out, I was a small baby and I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was my first entry to the Warhammer series and, well, it got me excited for the universe and for the genre. Then the DLCs for the game came out and I enjoyed it a lot. Like, I played hundreds of hours when I was little. And then Dawn of War 2 came out. It was a controversial pick, but it was a good game in its own way. Then the DLCs came out for it, and I enjoyed them quite a lot. Playing through the campaigns, well, I think like a dozen times now. And then no third game came out, of course, and well, my attention drifted towards mods, and I enjoyed modded versions of both Dawn of War 1 and Dawn of War 2. But Dawn of War 4 is coming out in like 2 months from now, and to be honest, I am both excited and kinda sad, because while Dawn of War 4 seems like a game that is a love letter for the Dawn of War 1 enjoyers that enjoyed the game so many years ago, I feel like it's a game that a lot of us won't enjoy as much as the first one, and it will not be a problem with the game per se. It most likely could be a problem with us. I don't mean like it's like a gamers being problematic crowd that is always unhappy. No. I mean it like 20 years have gone by and we changed. Our habits changed. Our preferences in gaming have changed. Our, well, the time that we can spend playing has changed most likely, and our reaction speed and our overall skill in micro-intensive games have changed. They all have changed. And Dawn of War 4 seems to be like a classic RTS game. The classic RTS game is a game that requires you to act fast and be wary of your surroundings, and well, it most likely requires you to spend quite a lot of time in order to learn the game and master it. And even when you know all the things about the game, there is still this APM check that you have to pass. And I feel like a lot of us, like a lot of us, might not realize that the Dawn of War 4 gameplay most likely could be a tad too fast for us. When Definitive Edition came out for Dawn of War 1, I hopped on the hype train. I played it, I enjoyed it, I had some fun, but it is not the kind of game that I can play for like 200 or 300 hours and enjoy it still, because I don't have that much time to get my tactics and get my APM so high that it is like proper fun. And you know, playing versus AI can be fun, but let's be honest, even the best AI cannot surprise you like some players can. And the ability to adapt to your opponent is the thing that sounds the most engaging for me in, well, the Dawn of War series, which is why I enjoyed Dawn of War 2 the most, since it is a bit less micro-intensive because you don't have such huge armies, but it kind of drifts towards the tactical side, so you have less units and you need to play with them better and use their skills better, because, well, you lose more if you lose one unit. Kinda, you know what I mean. So I feel like Dawn of War 4, with its fun roster, since, well, we get Space Marines, we get Orcs, like, come on, Orcs are the most fun faction in those games, always. We even get Necrons and my beloved Adeptus Mechanicus. But the roster is great, the game looks great, the gameplay looks great, like, everything works here. But I think that it won't be a game for me. And that's kinda sad for me, because, well, I'm only like 28 years old, right? But, you know, I don't have that much time to grind the ranks, grind my skill, and I think that getting stomped by those RTS veterans and getting stomped by those people that are, well, younger and have that much time that they can spend playing their currently favorite game will just not be fun. It's kinda like with the fighting games. Like, the game can be great, the game can be fun, but you need to learn so much in order to start to properly enjoying it in multiplayer that you kinda can get stomped for a lot of these hours. And, you know, it is kinda not my style to play games that make me miserable or stressed out in the wrong way. Like, stressful games in single player where I can just hit the escape to pause and do something when I need to, or I can save things and go back to the save or something. Even like things like Dark Souls or Elden Ring, like, you go back a bit and you have to learn, but you go back a bit. In Dawn of War, well, it's either you or them, and if you want to enjoy the game fully, it is a multiplayer match, so it's like, you know, no return. And I think that I will just get stomped hard. So, to be honest, I want to be like 100% hyped for the game. I can see that the game is very, very promising in terms of how it looks, how it plays, how it pays the tribute to the first game, but I just think that it won't be a game for me. Like, I'm too old for this shit, let's say. I'm not old, but you know what I mean. Like, the time that I would need to get into this game, to start enjoying it properly, is so high. Which is why I kinda hope that the co-op campaign and that the Last Stand game modes will also get some love from the dev team. We have been getting the multiplayer games showcases, which is like a huge part of, well, the game, right? Like, skirmish is the biggest part of the Dawn of War experience. But it is also like the most, let's say, hardcore part of the experience, right? So I hope, I really hope that Dawn of War 4 will have proper support for its Last Stand game mode, where I can just hop in with my friends and smash some waves of enemies, like in Dawn of War 2, which I love, and I love the Final Stand modded version of the game mode. Highly recommended. But I am scared that it is a game that I have been looking towards for such a long time. I have been waiting for a good RTS Dawn of War game for such a long time. But I'm realizing just now that it may be the kind of game that, well, I won't really enjoy anymore. Like, Dawn of War 1 is fun, but I cannot grind it. I cannot have fun in multiplayer versus other people because they will just stomp me. And playing versus bots gets stale. Well, this is why I played some Dawn of War 2, Elite Mod, Codex Edition. I enjoyed them, but they were also like stressful. Like, playing those games was stressful. because you had your teammates that were counting on you, or you were playing solo, and every mistake that you made could flip the game and make you lose by a snowball effect. And I just don't enjoy these kinds of games anymore, I think. I prefer games that are more on the easier side, let's say, and games that are more about cooperation instead of competition. I really enjoy competition in games that allow me to, well, compete with my brain. I enjoy multiplayer Civilization. I enjoy tactical games that are just turn-based, or things like, I don't know, TFT, where the APM is very rare and it's mostly about me being able to adjust to the situation and outsmart my opponents. Those are the kinds of games where I can kinda shine, right? And in those APM games like Dawn of War 1, even Dawn of War 2, and soon to be Dawn of War 4, well, the 12-year-olds will stomp me. And it's not a good feeling to lose because someone has the time to get his APM up and you don't. So yeah, I am hyped for the game, but I am also scared. I was wishing for this game to fulfill my every dream, and I now realize that this dream may be of a kid that was playing the first game 20 years ago, and it may not be a dream of me currently. So yeah, I just hope that the campaign in Dawn of War 4 will be as fun as the Dawn of War 2 campaign, and I just hope that the Last Stand game mode will be a fun co-op experience. If not, well, I most likely will be skipping the game for some time, maybe get it on sale. And that's a bad feeling, but that's the responsible feeling of buying things that you will enjoy and you will play, instead of buying everything and having 3 hours in them and, well, leaving them behind, right? What do you think? Do you think that Dawn of War 4, with its RTS gameplay, will fulfill your dreams and will be the Dawn of War 1 renaissance that you have been looking for? Or do you think that maybe I'm onto something and maybe that dream is like perceived through rose-tainted glasses and that, well, it may be too late for us Dawn of War veterans to enjoy the game after all these years? I don't know. Like, it's a very tough question to ask oneself. And I hope that you will get to enjoy the 4th Dawn of War game. And I hope that we will meet in some lobby one day. But, well, we will see. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video.